Monday evening. I'm just leaving Senate House to go and pick my daughter up from school. It is starting to get very dark. I've had a really good day. I feel like I've had a really productive day. Did some reading this morning for Belief, Behaviour, Belonging, the new project, and got lots of admin and emails done in the middle of the day. Had lunch with a friend and fellow hourly paid teacher at King's, and then this afternoon I started working on a new chapter, chapter 3 of my book, Reciprocity and Death. So I'm really pleased. I hope that this is sort of going to be the trajectory for the week. I really want to get a lot done this week. I'm feeling motivated, and as I've said before, when you have the feeling, you just have to run with it, right? So, also I need a haircut. So, might do that tonight. And tomorrow, I get to start doing my absolute favourite class of the Intro to Ancient History course, of the whole course. I'll tell you more about it tomorrow. Good night! Hi guys! It's Tuesday afternoon and I have just filmed the video that's going to go up on Thursday about note-taking, and now I'm just making a pot of tea in my beautiful teapot. I love this teapot. I came home because we were meant to be having a guy come to fix the hole in our floor, and he hasn't arrived. So I have been working at home, except that means that all the printing for my classes later in the week I haven't done, because I normally do them when I'm in the office on Tuesday afternoon. So I'm going to have a cup of tea, and then I'm going to finish off my lecture for this week's Ancient Slavery. I haven't read the reading yet, so I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. And I need to set the questions for second years for Friday. So I'm going to do that this afternoon too. Today I had the first lot of the Putting Alexander on Trial for the Death of His Officer Cleitus classes. I love this class so much. It's not actually about Alexander's guilt or innocence. He obviously killed Cleitus. It's always about the level of guilt. Oh, look, these are the lovely, lovely flowers that I got from the adorable Marple. Aren't they beautiful? It's about assessing how guilty Alexander is. Is he fully culpable, or does he have diminished responsibility, essentially? So the reason that we do this class is because in week 2 they talked about reading Herodotus. We talked about authorial bias and things like that, and how we can't necessarily trust what historians say. And they normally get that pretty well when we're doing activities aimed at finding bias. But the point of today is to see whether they're still looking for authorial bias if the activity is not explicitly about finding authorial bias. So they obviously have to. And oh my God, they were so great. Oh, they were awesome. And in fact, in many ways, this is the greatest improvement in first years that I've ever seen with this activity. This is the 3rd time that I've done it now. And that's not because this cohort were worse to begin with. I think it's just that I think the Herodotus activity is was much better this year than it has been in previous years, because I tweaked it a bit. So I think that got them thinking about it a bit more. And I explicitly made sure that I let them know that I expected that they would be very familiar with the texts that they read this week. I asked them to read them at least twice, and I think a lot of them did. So having a knowledge of the texts really helped too. And my last class in particular, oh my God, I'm so, all of them, all of the 3 classes that I had today, honestly, I'm so proud of the level of sophistication that they showed in dealing with these texts. It is beyond what I would imagine for a first year, first term, survey ancient history course. It was phenomenal, and I got a bit emotional. I got a bit emotional in my last class about how proud I was. So that was embarrassing. But anyway, I'm going to sit down and have my cup of tea, and then I'm going to, oh gosh, here we go. Make sure that I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to sit down and have my cup of tea, and then I'm going to do some more teaching prep, and I'll see you again later. Bye. Good morning. It's Thursday, so I'm obviously on my way to King's for ancient slavery, and then this afternoon to the British Library. Well, somewhat embarrassingly, I just forgot my locker number at the British Library, and I had to walk along the entire row of lockers putting my code in, feeling not very smart. This afternoon I've been editing the note-taking vlog, which is going up. Was going up now, will finish going up when I get home, but I'm off to pick up my daughter from school, and we are going to make a storybook about chickens, apparently. That's what she told me she wanted to do last night, so that's what we're going to try and do. And I have had a semi-productive afternoon getting ready for tomorrow's second year ancient history, the second workshop. I think I figured out a way to keep the format but make it a bit less stressful. I think the thing that they really found the most stressful was the getting up in front of their class and talking to each other. So I think I'm going to try putting them into smaller groups. So put them into the 3 groups to discuss the 3 different topics, and then take one of each of those 3 groups to make little groups of 3, and then they can just present to those other 2 people. Maybe that will ease them into it a little bit more. I don't really know. So they submitted their essays at 4 o'clock today, so I'm putting things together that they can kind of do on the spot with the sources that we've got in the reading for this week, but which they could kind of do even if they haven't done the reading. So, I mean, that's a compromise that you have to make, right? Because although of course they should have done both, often they won't have. Anyway, I'm on the way home. Bye. Hi guys. It is a wet and dreary Saturday morning. Look at that sky. Ugh. I'm just on my way to White City to run some errands, pick up some things. I didn't vlog at all yesterday. My daughter was home from school sick, so we just hung out all day and tried to make her feel a bit better. So I'm gonna brave the cold, wet, and head out. Hey guys, it is Sunday, about 4:30, and I'm just stopping for a coffee. We have been to swimming lessons this morning. I've done some work on a job application. We did all of our shopping for the week, and now we are tidying my daughter's bedroom, which unfortunately became a bit of a dumping ground when we moved because her room is the biggest. So we're trying to finally sort it out so we can start using it as we intended, which is as a bedroom / playroom, and have everything for her in there, so that we can kind of hang out in there and do some fun stuff. We bought a rug today as well, so that's pretty cool. This afternoon I'm gonna do a bit more pottering around the house, a bit more work on my job application, and that's about it, I think. So I'm gonna sign the week off here. I'm not sure if I'm going, I don't know how I feel about the weekly vlogging. I think it's, I don't know, I don't feel like I'm kind of doing a good job of it. So next week I'm going to play around a bit with some different kinds of stuff. This I think is going to be my experimental ground, where I kind of do things and see how it goes. I'm kind of new to both vlogging and filming in general. So because I want to start making some research-based videos, I'm gonna start doing some playing around. So we'll see how that goes. So I will see you next week. Bye.